Let the countdown to football Saturdays begin. Kelly Nash joined alongside former Wake Forest QB Riley Skinner. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
We've got some exciting ACC news to tell you about from Monday. The 2012 football schedule has been announced. Let's take a look. Starting with the notable non-conference games involving teams from the Atlantic Division. What do you like, Riley?
The first game that jumps off to me is the NC State-Tennessee game in Atlanta. NC State ended the season with a strong win in the bowl game last year, but they need to start this year with a big out-of-conference win against an SEC team to get Tom O'Brien's squad on a roll going into the season. And also, you got to look at when Connecticut is traveling to Maryland, Randy Edsall's alma mater. He's obviously faced a lot of scrutiny from the press, in the media, with the release of a lot of players and coaches. This is going to be a big game for him to get the trust and to get the support from both his players, his fans, the school, everybody. So that game is going to be circled for Maryland.
Now, Riley, what is your must-see from the Atlantic Division?
My must-see for the Atlantic has got to be the Auburn-Clemson game. Last year, Clemson came in and started off with a big win against Auburn. It started that roll of ranked opponent victories. They obviously ended the season with a detrimental loss to West Virginia, an embarrassment, and that's what they have been fueling on for this entire offseason. And all that test is going to come when they face Auburn in Atlanta. If they can get a victory, then it's going to start with a lot of momentum, a lot of strength going forward for that remainder of the schedule.
And I think we all remember what Clemson did to the reigning 2010 national champs last season.
Well, hopefully they can do it again this year.
Absolutely. Let's take a look at the Coastal Division, notable non-conference games here. What do you like?
The one game that really jumps off the page to me is Penn State facing off at Virginia. It's a big game for Mike London and that squad, who is really on the rise right now. I believe they're one of the hottest teams in the conference, and that's going to be a big out-of-conference win if they can beat the Nittany Lions. And also, you look at Pittsburgh playing Virginia Tech. Pittsburgh, a team who is going to be a part of the ACC next year. It's going to be circled on their calendars, and Virginia Tech wants to prove to them that, look, we're the elite team in the ACC. When you come in, you have to be ready to play. And you know Pittsburgh is going to have their A-game on, and that's going to be a team they're going to be facing for years down the road. That's going to be fun to watch.
I like it. Now, who's your must-see from the Coastal?
My must-see is this Notre Dame-Miami game. Obviously, they have a lot of storied rival in the past. They've had a gap between them playing each other, and I think now it's time to pick that rivalry back up. And Al Golden, it's going to be a big statement game for him and his squad. I think if they can get a win against Notre Dame and start moving their program to where they want to be, where they were in the late 90s, early 2000s, it's going to have to start with a win here.
Canes assembling quite the recruiting class this offseason. The season can't come soon enough. Riley Skinner, Kelly Nash, thanks for joining us.